Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Tony This Morning Show. I'm Tony T, and our show today we'll have picks for you from the NFL playoffs as well as NBA. 150 games from college basketball. We'll knock out that card as well for you. And of course, 15 games from NHL. And at the end of the show, one of our parlay picks, possibly some player props in there, peripheral plays. We'll see how it rolls. So that's the capper segment there here on the 26 Morning Show. So what we're going to do here is introduce the cappers, then we're going to get right to the picks. So we don't mess around here on the 26 Morning Show. Let's say hello to Rod. Rod, what's going on?
Well, not too much. Definitely a good game. Ohio versus Texas definitely was a little closer than what the number seems there at 28-14, because it was definitely closer all the way through that game throughout. Definitely a good one. Congrats to Ohio State and getting the job done. And now we see a 9.5-point favorite here in the national championship. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Long way still to go with that one before we break it down, but definitely I can't complain about my 7-2 day yesterday. Bounced back from my rough day the night before. As I said, buy low, sell high. It's one of those spots. Big weekend. I'm excited. And as Tony alluded to, 150 plus college basketball card. Plus, we got the NFL playoffs. We got some NBA. We got our 15 game slate on the ice. So let's get to it.
Absolutely. Let's get right to it. Let's say hello to Chris. Chris, what's happening?
Oh, not much. Had a real good day yesterday. Went 3-0 with NBA, college football, and college basketball. So, looking to keep that going into today and get to it.
Very good day from Chris. Let's say hello. Solo, what's going on?
Hey, what's up, everybody? I hope you're enjoying your weekend. We went 2-2 yesterday. Paid a little bit of juice. We'll get it back today. Let's get to the money.
Let's get to the money. Yeah, I dropped my best bet yesterday. I had the over in that game. Didn't get there over Ohio State and Texas game. Fell short there of the total. But we'll get it today. Let's get underway here. We're the Tony This Morning Show. We'll start here with the NFL playoffs. 2 games on tap. Weather doesn't seem to be an issue because the Texas game, the Houston game will be played indoors, and doesn't look like precipitation. Just cold weather around 30 degrees or so. That shouldn't be too bad. Playing conditions there. So we'll start here with the Chargers, Texans. We're seeing the Chargers 2.5 and 3s now up there, total 41.5. Pittsburgh and the Ravens here. Ravens still holding 9.5 points. There's 10 at the sharpest book in the world. Total 43.5. We start with Rod.
Yeah, looking at this one here in the Chargers and Texans. You know, I saw some defense between these two. You look at what the Chargers have done. You look even over the last 3, they're holding teams to under 300 yards of offense and about 18 points per game. I know their offense has definitely ticked up over their last 3, where they've been averaging about 400 yards of offense and averaging 36 points a game. Have been this Chargers team, but this Houston defense definitely can slow you up. You look at what they've done this season in their home games, and they've held teams to about 300 yards, about 21 points a game. So this is going to be one of those lower scoring ones. We're looking at some injury wise. J.K. Dobbins is questionable. I think he plays here in this one for the Chargers. Gus Edwards, their running back, definitely was full practice. He's dealing with an ankle injury, so he's not 100%, but he'll definitely be out there ripping it up that wise. So we know the Chargers love to run, and run some more. So I think that's what happens there, and that chews a whole lot of clock. Keep the ball out of the Texans' hands by holding on to the ball yourself. That's what the Chargers have done all season long. So give me the under 41. I see why it's ticked down to 41.5. I'll take the under in that one.
I did there from Rod on over to Chris.
Yeah, I'm going to also agree with Rod on the under in that one, but I'm also going to take the Chargers at 2.5, 3, depending on what you can get there. And then I'd go the other direction in the Pittsburgh-Baltimore game. I'll take the over there. I think we see some points in that one as far as that game goes.
There from Chris on over to Solo.
Yeah, Chargers and the Texans. Like you said, this total is interesting. I do agree with both. I think this game goes under. Look like the Texans are getting some bodies back on the D-line. Look like the linebacker core will be back strong. I think this is a grind them out kind of game. I'm going to take the under. Pittsburgh and Baltimore. I just don't like – I think Baltimore's crawling into the playoffs. Pittsburgh is crawling into the playoffs. I'm going to lay with Baltimore. Lamar looks like the MVP. I think Pittsburgh probably plays loose, take some chances, but I think they'll turn the ball over. I think the Ravens roll today.
There from Solo. I'll tell you what I think about this. Yeah, I like the chalk here in this one here. This Chargers team's been really good on the road this year, holding teams to just under 14 points a game. This Houston offense, since losing their receivers, they've not looked good. Chargers 5-1 of the spread as road favorite. They've looked really sharp here in these road games of late. You look here at LA's offense, and the form is fantastic over their past 3 games, passing and running, passing the football especially. Put up 36 points a game, 72% completions, 8.2 yards for pass attempt. Justin Herbert, this might be a breakout playoff game for him here. It's about time. It's about time we see some. Of course, remember, he did have a good half against Jacksonville a couple of years ago in that choke job. But I think this is a redemption here for this Charger team to get that win and cover here. I got to look at Pittsburgh here. Interesting stats. I was looking around here, and I found this interesting here. Wild card home teams favored by 9.5 points or greater. They've covered 14 of their past 15. So when you've had some big lines, it's just been smash spots 14 out of 15 times. Where the home team that's favored by 9.5 wins and covers 14 out of 15 times. That's, to me, is impressive there. And maybe Pittsburgh's offense does not look good at all. I mean, I really can't back them here. You look at Baltimore 4-1 of the spread at home against winning teams. Usually they hiccup against the bad teams, right? I still have those memories in my mind against the Raiders and some of those games where where the pass defense falls asleep when they give up. But that's out of our memory back. I think they fixed that already, right? That's not going to appear here in this game. But I'll take Paul. It's just funny I mentioned that because I was just thinking about that game when I was looking at this. I said that was a long time ago, Tony. Don't worry about that. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Picks Morning Show here as we move on over the NBA. I just made that the 2 LA games have been canceled here. We have a 5-game card. Hornets, Clippers, Spurs, Lakers have been canceled. We'll see what they do as far as the scheduling. I still thought they should have played some games in the Arrowhead Pond, but I don't know. They may have to do that because you don't want to make up too many. They got games coming up.
Too many makeup games going down the stretch. All of a sudden, it'd be tough to make up a bunch of these games.
You got an older team. You got an older team, and you're gonna lose. You're gonna be in a lot of tough spots here, having to make up multiple games in the second half of the season.
Basically, they want to still, they'll leave them right to the end though, just because they'll see if they actually need those thingies. If they need the makeup games,
they probably will. With seeding and all that.
Yeah, too many teams involved.
Yeah, there's too many teams involved.
Exactly right.
Lakers are competing. Unless the Lakers completely tank and fall out of the playoffs, then it has too many teams involved. So you're going to probably have to make up these games. Also for draft position, for the ping pong balls and all that stuff. Some people they're going to want you to play those games.
You want to play those games?
Yeah, because the teams at the bottom hey, we know they might win this game and we'll be in better draft position. So I think at this point now they probably will find a way to play these, but they're going to have to play these games at the pond. I don't, and maybe play an afternoon games too if they have to. Especially if the Ducks are playing there, the Kings are probably going to have to play in the pond also and play some afternoon games. So I don't see how you can resolve this other than playing in the pond in Anaheim. Mark, let's continue. Let's get on here with the NBA as we'll knock these out here. We'll start with these 3 to begin. Rockets and Hawks. It's the early game here. The Rockets up to 6 now, total 234. Jazz and the Suns. We've got the Suns here, 11.5, total 227. Raptors and Pistons here. We got the Pistons laying 5, total 229.5. Let's take a peek at this injury report here and see what's going on in these games. For Houston, we still have Jabari Smith and out. Eason doubtful. On the Atlanta side, no Jalen Johnson, who's an impact shooter there. No Nance, no Zeller. Bogdanovich questionable. Trae Young probable. In the Jazz and Suns tonight, we've got Clarkson, Collins, George out. Sensabaugh, Juzang questionable. Sensabaugh has been a big boost off the bench for this Jazz team. Keep an eye on him there. O'Neal, backup, doubtful for Phoenix. In that Toronto game, we've got here just Agbaji, doubtful for Toronto. Ivy's going to be out for a while with that broken leg. Hardaway questionable, so you're caught up with the injuries. Let's go on over to Rod.
Yeah, looking at these ones in this spot, I'll lay with Houston. I just don't trust Atlanta there in that spot. It's that they just came off of a West Coast road trip, a 6-game road trip. And we know the back end of that road trip didn't look pretty. They let Phoenix whoop them up in Atlanta in that one. They did get a win in Utah, didn't get the cover in that one. 5 straight non-covers by this Hawks team to end that trip. And this is your first game back at home. We've seen what Boston did last night after their West Coast trip in their first game back home. They got lost outright to the Kings. So I'll take the Houston Rockets there in that one. I'll lay. Was it 5.5? It's up to 6. Good reason. I think Houston whoops it up on Atlanta by 10+. In that matchup, And then the other one I'm looking at here in this spot, that's just too many. I'm not laying an 11.5 with Phoenix. I don't care who's in or out or the Utah Jazz. I just can't do it. Double digits with the Suns? No thanks. Give me the Utah Jazz plus the 11.5 there in that matchup.
There we go from Rod on over to Chris.
Yeah, I'm going to take the over in Atlanta and Houston. It's just what we do in Atlanta. Bet the over. They're 12-5 there at home. And Houston's 10-5 to the over on the road, or 10-8 to the over on the road. So, yeah, I just think there's a bunch of points. Nobody's playing defense. There's just going to be back and forth all day. Utah, definitely going to take the points with them, not laying double digits with the Suns by any means. And Detroit, Toronto, I'd probably leave that one alone. But if I had to lean, I'd take Detroit at home with the points.
There from Chris on over to Solo.
Houston, Atlanta. Yeah, definitely don't trust Atlanta right now. I'm going to lay it with Houston. I think they get it done. I'm lay to 5.5. The Jazz and Phoenix, there's just too many points to lay with Phoenix. I also don't like the way the Jazz team been playing the last couple games. They were on a nice little tear the last couple games. I don't really like how they look, but they do have some nice little young guys off the bench. So I'm going to take the over 228.5. Toronto and Detroit. Don't really love this game, but I think you got to lay it with the Pistons.
There from Solo. Tell you what I think about these games here. I'm going to look here with the Hawks here plus the points. I know they're coming back from a road trip. I think that the angle, a lot of people are playing that angle first home game after a long road trip. I think it's a little inflated here with that angle. Rockets defense over their past 5 games here, allowing 50% shooting, 41% from 3. So the defense kind of going the other way right now for Houston. Hawks have covered 4 of 7 as a home dog. Look for them in this spot. Jazz and Suns. Yeah, it's tough to lay to back the Suns. They're 3-10 to the spread as a home favorite. The Suns here struggling shooting the basketball from 3 over their past 5 here. The Jazz showing a little better defense of late, so I'll look at them in that spot. I can only look at Detroit here. This Toronto team on the road, last in defensive efficiency on the road, give about 121 points per 100 possessions, and they're allowing 51% shooting over their past 5, 40% from 3. I got to look here at this Detroit Pistons team. Toronto 3-7 to the spread on the road, facing teams that shoot 46% or greater. Detroit for me in this one. Let's continue here on Tony Six Morning Show as we continue here with the NBA, and we'll close it out here with the Grizzlies and T-Wolves. T-Wolves here 1.5 at home, total 231 and 231. Heat and Trailblazers. We got the Heat 3.5, 4 on the road, total 219 on over to Rock.
Yeah, and I like the it's a close game. Memphis and Minnesota. I think Minnesota at home there sneaks out the win over the Grizzlies there in that one. I just don't like laying a whole lot of points with the Timberwolves, and they're at home there in that one. Scrappy bunch comes down to the wire, and then close, tight, low spread games. I'll take the Timberwolves there at home in that matchup. When the Raptors on the road still. The Raptors still on the road. Yeah, no. Give me the Pistons. I'll lay the 4.5 there. Sure, the Raptors do cover at times, but 4.5, that's not enough. They usually get double digits to cover with the Raptors. Otherwise, they haven't been keeping games close. They've been getting pounded right out the gym. So give me the Pistons in that matchup. And then the Heat taking on Portland. Did the Heat just come out west? And then we went back home, and I got to come back out west again?
They've been out here. They've been out here for a while.
Are they still out here? Still out there?
They are still
out there on that road trip.
Yeah.
They've been out there for a bit. 3 games out there already now, right? So they came out on the 6th, 5 days, 6 days. So it hasn't quite hit that week long yet, but still, all the action going out there on the East Coast been crazy. They've got a couple wins. Give me the under 219.5 there in that one. I just don't see a high scoring game. Heat playing some defense. Give me the under 219.5 in that matchup.
There from Rod on over to Chris.
Yeah, this is a 50-50 game on the Memphis-Minnesota one. I mean, we're going to see Ja and Ant go together, go at it together, see which one can put the other one on a poster, I guess. But I'm going to take the 1.5 with my Grizzlies. I did a video on it. It's on YouTube. It's uploaded. Interesting stat that I found that I kind of went with was that when Minnesota is home favorites of 6 points or less, they are 0-9 against the spread this season. So I don't know. I'd still rather have the points with the Grizzlies on the road. They just do a little bit better than Minnesota does at home. And then in that Miami-Portland, I'm gonna just take the points with Miami and just keep it short and simple there.
From Chris on over to Solo.
Yeah, Memphis and Minnesota. This should be a good one. I think Memphis plays a little defense in this one. I'm gonna take the under 231. Miami and Portland. I'll sign me with the Blazers on the money line.
They're from Solo. I'll tell you what I think here about these games here. I'm going to go until Memphis can clean up their act and not turn the ball over. Minnesota in really good defensive form right now. That's their strength is defending. I'll look at Minnesota here minus the 1 until Memphis can clean up those turnovers. I'm going to go ahead and lay it with the Heat here in this spot. Is Portland not very good defensively at home this season? Give up almost 119 points per 100 possessions. Miami does defend away from home. And again, this is a team, Portland, that gives up 50% shooting, 39% from 3 on their home court. I'll look here at Miami laying that spot. Remember, the Lakers, Spurs, Hornets, and Clippers have been postponed. Let's continue here on the Tony Morning Show, guys. We're with you here every day, 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. Make sure you like, subscribe, set those notifications, be live with us, and give us that like, those thumbs up. We greatly appreciate it. And don't forget, if you ever miss a live show, it does archive on our YouTube channel. Just go to Live tab. You can watch it there. And if you need help with some of these late games, just watch the show again and forward to the late games because we got 150 college basketball games. I'm pretty sure you might need some help with some of these games later as we get later in the card. All right, we're going to do these in 4 blocks. We're moving over to college hoops. 4 blocks. We'll cover the block between 12 Eastern, 3 Eastern. Then we'll do the 3:30 to 5:30 Eastern, 6 to 8:30 Eastern. Then we'll close out with the 9 to 10 Eastern spot. So we'll start here with the first block from 12 Eastern to 3 Eastern. We start with Rod.
All right, kicking off this early block. I'm looking at Louisville taking on Pittsburgh to kick off the day. You're looking at Louisville coming into Pittsburgh. Hey, both these teams played some pretty good hoops, but Louisville, a 4-point dog. I think they're trying to bait you on the Louisville. Not me. I'm going to take Pittsburgh. I think they, in their home gym, have a solid game and run Louisville out the gym in that one. Lay it with Pittsburgh there. And then I'm looking at Notre Dame coming into Duke. That line was at 19.5. It's up to 20 here in most places. I'm going to take Notre Dame plus the 20. I think they can hang with Duke, keep it close. I think that's just too many points there for Duke to be covered now at 20. It's just too many. I know we've seen Duke run teams out, win by 20, but this Notre Dame team, scrappy bunch, they start hitting threes, and they'll definitely hang with Duke there. So another one. Yeah. You know, I like Butler at home. You're going to give me 2.5 points with the Bulldogs at home. Tough place to go in for Creighton to go play in that one, and as a favorite 2.5. Yeah, no, give me Butler on the money line. I think they outright Creighton there at home in that matchup. Another one I'm looking at here is Charleston. You know, look at Charleston taking on Monmouth. Monmouth definitely hasn't been playing good hoops. I see why they're 6.5 point dogs at home there in that one. I think they lose by double digits. Give me Charleston, lay the 6.5. They come into Monmouth and beat them up. They're that much the better team. Lay it with Charleston there. Then moving up a little more. You know, I'm looking at Auburn here. We see what they did last time. Auburn can easily cover these 20-point spreads. It's all whether they take the foot off their gas late in these games. Because they seem to be cruising out to the 20-point lead, and then they put in the backups, and they just kind of take the foot off the gas, and they still win these games by 8 to 10 points. But by 16.5, I think it's too many. Give me South Carolina plus the 16.5 in that matchup. I think it's Auburn wins by 10. They get the win, but not the cover in that matchup. And then another one I'm looking at here is where... See this hat? Everybody is, dog. I know Florida State's been solid, 10-5 against the number, but you're going into Clemson. And tough place to come play in Clemson on their home court there in Little John. Very tough to come play. I got Clemson by 10+. Solid defensively, slows up Florida State there in that one and gets the 10-point win. The ones I like there in that time slot.
Fun time slot. All right, let's go to Chris. This slot is from 12 p.m. Eastern to 3 Eastern.
Okay, so I think, the only one I've got in that one, since I'm doing mostly just trying to stick to the SEC here to get into all this, would be the Auburn-South Carolina game. I agree with Rod with taking the points to South Carolina there, but I also want to look at the under because South Carolina is against SEC teams only averaging about 59 points. You look at Auburn, they're about 85, so you put those together, and it runs right under the 147.5 that we're at. And then, South Carolina is 0-2 or 2-0 to the under against conference play. So, I would take the under there and take the points with South Carolina. And that's the one I got for that slot.
There from Chris on over to Solo, 12 Eastern to 3 Eastern.
Yeah, I got 11 games in front of me, Tony. I'm on the road, so I don't have all the time frames, but I think I got a good guy for when they got him here. So I'm looking at USC and Illinois. I think they get up and down. I'm gonna take this total over. Notre Dame and Duke. I think Duke's one of the better teams in the country, but this is too many points. I think Notre Dame can come in and shoot a little bit, but I think points will be premium. I'm gonna take this total under. And the Creighton Butler game, sign me up with Butler with the 2.5 and a sprinkle on the money line.
There from Solo. I will continue here. I'll tell you what game I like one in this spot here. I'm going to take UMass here plus the 12 points. Minutemen holds home post is just 40% shooting in the conference. George Mason, one of those teams that turns ball over. They are last in turnovers against the conference this year. Only hit 29% from three. They don't make their free throws, and they don't defend the three-point well. That's George Mason, so I'll take UMass plus the 12. Let's continue here on the Tony This Morning Show as we continue on the next block of college basketball. This block will be 3:30 Eastern to 5:30 Eastern, 3:30 Eastern, 5:30 Eastern college hoops. Over to Rod.
Let's move down. 3:30 to, let's see. So we got in this slot. There's so many games. So many games. Give me Xavier on the road heading into DePaul. I just don't trust DePaul to be a 5-point dog. That's not enough. They need to be like a 9-point dog, at least in that one. Xavier's not much the better team. I'll take Xavier to win by 10 plus as they head into DePaul. And you look here, the Gators going into Arkansas here. Big game there. The Gators just continue to roll right along. Look at Arkansas 4-10 against that spread this season. You know what? Give me the home dog in Arkansas. I think they can keep it close. I think the Hogs on their home court come to battle the Gators in that one. And it's a lot closer than people think. Comes right down to the wire. Who's got the ball last? So give me Arkansas plus the 4.5 in that one. And then we've another one I'm looking at this time. So we've seen Virginia on the road already, and they're ass. Definitely ass on the road. That's why they're 8.5-point dogs there in Stanford. I'll take Stanford to win by 10 plus there. Lay the 8.5 there. Just Virginia on the road just does not look good this season. So definitely go against them there in that matchup. And then there's one more later. Give me Queens University playing some solid hoops, and they're a 1-point dog going in Austin Peay. Sorry, Austin Peay, but you're in trouble. Queens is going to come in and run you out of your own gym. They're playing that much the better hoops right now. So give me Queens over Austin Peay in that one.
Yeah, from Rod. All right, 3:30 Eastern, 5:30 Eastern. On over to Chris.
Yeah, I'm going to look at this Vanderbilt Missouri game. I'm going to take Missouri and lay the points there with them in that one. And then, I don't know, it's hard to go up against Florida in that one with them being 6-1 on the road. Could come down to it. So, I agree with Rod there. I'd rather just have 6 points with Arkansas at the home court there and take it with them. There
from Chris on over to Solo.
I hope I got the right slide here. San Diego State, New Mexico. I'm rolling with the Aztecs -4. I think they played better of late. I think they get it done. I don't really like New Mexico State's offense. I think they're a little one-dimensional. I think the Aztecs will shut that down. I think they cruise to this victory here. Oklahoma State and Georgia. Like I said, I hope we're here. This spread to 6.5 is interesting. Georgia played well last week, but with the home game, they really surprised me. It's just too many points, man. I think Oklahoma's a better team, so I'm gonna take Oklahoma plus the 6.5. And I hope this one in here too. LSU, Ole Miss. I don't like the way the Tigers are playing. Sign me up with the Rebels -10.
Yeah, from Solo, tell you what I like in these block. Couple for me in this block. I'll be looking here at Utah Valley laying the 5 at home against Cal Baptist. Cal Baptist cannot make threes here on the road. Also away from home, not defending three very well. The Wolverines have covered all 4 home games, and they shoot the ball well at home, 53%, allowing 34%. We look at we look at Cal Baptist away from home, allowing 47% shooting, 39% from three. I'll take Utah Valley there, laying the 5. The Seton Hall Providence game, I'm going to take the points here with Seton Hall. Providence, again, one of those teams that turns the ball over at a high rate against the Big East, and they hit only 33% from three. They don't force turnovers defensively, so they don't put pressure on opposing offenses. Seton Hall tops a really strong rebounding team in the conference, hit 34% from three. And look over their past 5 games, the Friars hitting just under 44%. I'll look at Seton Hall plus the points in that game. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Nix Morning Show. Next slot of games will be from 6 p.m. Eastern time to 8:30 Eastern. 6 p.m. Eastern, 8:30 Eastern, over to Rod.
And looking at this time slot here, 6 to 8:30. Let's see here. First one up in that slot that I like is, give me Santa Clara over the Dons. Santa Clara didn't look so good last time out, but hey, just one of those spots that they battled an overtime game in that one last time. I say Oregon State got them 82-81 late. Definitely battle in that one. So I think it's a bounce back spot here for Santa Clara. Got the win by a point and going against the Dons. I just we've seen the Dons get the win earlier this season. It was a 97-94 win in OT. There's my OT that I seen earlier. And so it's a bounce back spot for Santa Clara. Then they're at home on their own gym. It was a 2.5. It's up to 3. I think Santa Clara wins by 6+ in that one. So I'll lay the short number there with the Broncos at home in that matchup. And then there's one more in this one. Where is it that give me the over Alabama, Texas A&M at 158.5. It's not enough. We know this Alabama team loves to run the ball, and I think that's why Texas A&M will just roll along with them, run the gun up and down the court. I believe we cruise into the 160s, 160 plus between those two. Not a lot of defense played there. Give me the over 158.5 in that matchup, and give me Idaho State at home there versus Weber. Weber State is just awful. 4.5, not enough. I need like 7, 8 with Weber State on the road there in that one. You look at Idaho State 8-2 against the number. They can cover that 4.5 there as a home favorite. Give me Idaho State over Weber in that one.
Get me hungry. I want to take my Weber grill out. On over
to Weber grill out, right? Because they're going to get cooked.
I'm getting hungry, man. Right. Over to Chris.
This time slot looking at Oklahoma, Georgia. I'll take over over the points there, and I'll probably take Oklahoma with the points as well as far as a side. And then LSU Ole Miss. I'm definitely rolling with my Rebels in that one. I think they're just going to roll right through LSU. Tennessee, Texas is in this one. I went back and forth on this, but I think I'm going to lean Tennessee with the points on that one. And then Alabama, Texas A&M is at 8 o'clock. I'm just going to take over. And if I had to lean aside, I would just take Texas A&M at home. And then I think the last one is 8:30 is in this time slot.
Yes.
And that'd be Kentucky and Mississippi State as far as to finish out the SEC. Looking at that one, total I think is sitting at 160 and a half currently. I don't know. I might roll with the under there on that one. Mississippi State seems to play pretty good defense at home, so we just go under 160 and a half.
There from Chris on over to Solo.
Rhode Island and Richmond. I like the Spiders plus the 3 at home today. I think they come into play. I don't really like this Rhode Island offense. I think the Spiders, can shoot and can make some threes and keep this game close. Let's take Richmond plus the 3. Alabama, Texas A&M. I agree. I like the over 159, and I'm not sure this is in the slot, but Boise State and Utah State. I like Utah State plus the 5.5.
Yeah, that's a game right there. That's a game right there tonight. That one, no doubt. I'll tell you what I like in this spot. Yeah, I'm agreeing here with Solo. I like Richmond here plus the 3. Take a look at this Rams team. They failed to cover 4 or 5 away from home. The Spiders have covered all 3 against the A-10. Spiders, one of those teams that just woke up in conference here. Rhode Island, again, as Solo said, not a very good shooting team. In conference, 25% from 3, 42% inside. They don't make their free throws. And they give up 57% from 2. I'll look at the Spiders making 89% of their free throws here in conference play. Look at Richmond in that spot. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Nix Morning Show as we'll close out college hoops. 9 Eastern to 10 Eastern game. We don't have those late night, midnight Hawaii games or 11 Eastern games. Just 9 to 10 in this slot. We'll start here with Rod. You're on mute, Rod.
Give me first one I'm looking at here is give me Washington State. Give me the Cougars plus the 18 heading into Gonzaga. There's just too many points. We've seen Gonzaga try to cover these big spreads, and they just don't fare so well sometimes. And here against the Cougars, no, too many. Give me the Cougars plus the 18 there in that matchup. One that I will, I love Oregon State here on the road heading into Pacific. Pacific just ass. They're going to get out rebounded in that one. You look at over their last 2 games, 9 or less offensive rebounds for Pacific over their last 2 games. Whew, Oregon State's going to dominate the glass and out rebound you and not even give you a sniff. Going to run you right out of your own gym. Give me the Beavers there in that one. Lay the 9. They win by 15 plus in that one. That's not even fair matchup with those two. And then there's a boatload of points there you're getting with Central Florida. UCF, we see them get run out of their own gym last time out at home on their own court. Arizona has been solid all season long, but 17, just too many. Give me UCF there plus the 17 to keep it close with Arizona in that matchup. And then St. Mary's on the road trying to cover 16 as well. Too many. Give me San Diego plus the 16 in that matchup. It's just too many points.
Didn't they cover against Gonzaga? Then not San Diego, right?
San Diego, yep, they did cover against Gonzaga. They were getting 30.5 in that one, and they got the cover. Gonzaga got the win by double digits, but not by the 30 that the book had you. So yeah, San Diego's at home in this one now, and the host in St. Mary's. I know they can play some solid defense, but San Diego can hang with you there. They start hitting threes. They might outright you. Give me San Diego plus the 16 in that matchup.
There from Rod. And Chris, you got anything for that 9 Eastern to 10 Eastern tonight?
Yeah, look at this Washington State Gonzaga game. And I mean, I think we're up to 17.5 now for Gonzaga. I'd still take, I mean, that's a lot of points there. So I'd take it with Washington State. I mean, they're 5-4 on the road. Gonzaga's 2-5 at home, 1-3 against the conference. Washington State's just doing better in the conference, 3-1. So I'd just take the 17.5 points of Washington State in that one.
All right, on over to Solo.
Baylor at Arizona State. I'm gonna lay the 5 with the Baylor Bears. I like the way they're playing of late. Good guard play. Look like they're clicking, heading in the right direction. Look for Baylor to make some noise down the stretch. And the last game I got here is the UCF Arizona. I think these teams get up and down. I think Arizona's playing better of late. I think this total goes over.
There from Solo. Tell you what I think about. I got a couple on this slot. I like New Mexico plus 7 against UTEP. The Miners in Conference USA play has struggled in rebounding and hit only 27% from 3, and they give up 55% shooting inside. The Aggies tops in both offensive, defensive efficiency in conference play this year, making 38% from 3, 56% from 2. So they can really exploit this Miners' weak defense in the interior. So I like New Mexico State here plus 7. I'm with Rod here. I like taking the points here. UCF, that's a lot of points here. UCF away from home. They make their threes. So if they hit their threes, they'll stay in this one. And over their past 5 games, shooting 38% from 3 here, there. So there you go here with this one. Also nice. They played some defense away from home this season as well. So look at UCF here plus the points. All right, let's continue here on Tony's Morning Show. We got you through the college basketball card. Let's see what Solo has for sale over at Tony's Picks. Heading into a big weekend of action this Saturday. We've got our NFL playoffs, a lot of college hoops here, NBA in there as well. And of course, Solo doing great work in NFL here over the past 30 days. Solo, what you got for sale over at Tony's Picks?
Yeah, we kind of heavy today. I think we got 7 total picks. We sprinkled all over the sports. We definitely in college basketball. I think we 2-piece in the NBA, and then we got both the football games. So we ready to roll. Sign it with me short term, long term. We starting to get rolling. We started off the season, the year, going 500. Got juice first 2 days, and we had a losing day. But the last couple of days, I think we 3 out of 4 winning days. We picking up steam. We heading in the right direction. So sign it with me. Let's get to the bank. And I actually got a quick parlay for you. Let's go Oklahoma plus the 6.5. Let's go Baylor -5, and let's take the Utah Jazz with the points.
There you go. With Solo on the parlay. Get on board with Solo over at Tony's Picks. See the great results from Solo last 30 days. Get on board with the long-term passes. Of course, I get you all Solo's premium plays that he releases at Tony'sPicks.com, whether you choose a 3, 7, or 30-hour sports pass. Get on board with Solo. Remember that promo code TonyT at checkout will knock 15% off your purchase there. Link in the description over to Tony's Picks and get the Solo's best bets and premium plays right there and get signed up. All right, Solo, it's always great having you show. Continue the great work. We'll catch up with you soon.
Appreciate it, Tony. Good luck, everybody. I'll see y'all tomorrow.
Good luck, Solo. Have a good day.
All right, Solo here on the Tony Six in the Morning Show as we'll continue here. Ready to roll here with the 15-game card from NHL. Looks like Ron will be doing the heavy lifting in this segment here. So that means, Chris, be ready with your parlay when we start the parlay segment. He'll be the first one. All right, we get Ron. We'll need a swig of water after this one. All right, here we go. We'll start with the afternoon affairs. We have 3 games in the afternoon here from 1 Eastern to 4 Eastern. So here we go. Bruins and Panthers here. We'll have the Panthers here, $1.95, total 5.5. Kraken and Sabres here. Sabres, $1.36, total of 6. Senators and Penguins, we got the Senators on the road, $1.16, total of 6.
Yeah, look at these 3 to kickstart the day. I'm looking at you look at Boston going into Florida. It's just one of those spots where these 2 teams definitely don't like each other. But Florida's just playing the better hockey. Both I would lead to an under 5.5 there in that one. It's going to be a lower scoring. Both teams have been struggling to score goals, but this Florida team stepped up defensively, and this Boston team all season long been struggling to score goals. So I'm going to take the Panthers on the puck line in that one. If your book offers Florida in regulation, take it. Looking at Ottawa heading into Pittsburgh. Well, Pittsburgh at home playing their best hockey all season long. So Ottawa without Allmark, I just don't trust Ottawa without Allmark. If he's not in goal, they're not winning hockey games. They're struggling to win games. So give me the Penguins in that matchup. And then the Kraken. Kraken are awful. You look at Seattle 0-7 versus teams on a winning streak. And Buffalo's hot. You know what Buffalo does. When they get hot, you bet them because they continue to stay hot. When they lose big and lose on a big stretch of games. Give me Buffalo over Seattle early in that one.
There we go from Rod. All right, let's continue here on the NHL segment with Rod. We'll cover in this segment. We'll cover just the 707s. The 707s here we've got here in hockey. Avalanche and Jets. We got the Jets $1.06, total 6 in that one. 6 on both sides, $1.06. Stars and Canadiens, the Stars $2.05, total of 6. Lightning and Devils. Devils the favorite, $1.40, total of 6. Oilers at the Blackhawks here. We got the Oilers $3.25, total 6.5. Blue Jackets as Blues. We got the Blues here, $1.72, total of 6. Canucks at Maple Leafs. Here we've got the Maple Leafs, $1.81, total 5.5. And we'll conclude the 707s with the Ducks at Flyers. Here we've got the Flyers here, $1.97, total 6. Rod, it's the 707s.
Yeah, and you look at the Flyers team taking on the Ducks there. It's like Flyers team with Urson. It's just one of those spots. I would take the Ducks plus the puck and a half there because it's just too many. You want to lay a minus 200 with a Flyers team that's 17-20 in the season. Both teams have 17 wins. This should be more of a coin flip price. Give me the Ducks plus the puck and a half there. Also, the Flyers have failed to cover the puck line at home in 9 straight games. So give me the Ducks in that matchup. And you look what's going on here. Columbus, they're playing some pretty good hockey. Winners of 5 of the last 6 hockey games at this big plus price. I know the Blues playing pretty good hockey themselves. I like the under 6 in that matchup. You get a nice plus price on that under 6. Low scoring one between those two. But definitely, I'm going to take the under between the Colorado Avalanche and the Winnipeg Jets. This is the second half of things on the back-to-back for the Jets, who lost to the Kings last night. As I said, they just coasted in that when they weren't really looking to that game. Kings took advantage. They were looking forward to this game. Was the Winnipeg Jets taking on Colorado? They really ate Colorado. Still upset over getting swept in the playoffs last season by these Avs. I like the under 6 there in that one with a lead to the Jets to get their revenge. Why? Because that's what they've been focused on in the last 2 days, was coming in to play Colorado. So when teams focus on that, they usually get what they want, especially Winnipeg at home. So give me the Jets there in that matchup. And you look at the Oilers. They lost to the Blackhawks earlier this season. It was a 5-2 loss in that one. So for me, it's only one way to go. The Oilers get the revenge. But give me the over 6.5. You got 2 backup goalies going. You got Picard going for the Oilers, and you got Soderblom going for the Blackhawks in this one. I think we see some goals early and often in this one. Take the over 6.5 in that matchup. And you know what? I'm going to take a shot here with the Canucks. They play their best hockey on the road. We see what they did last game, and they got shut out by Carolina. So I think they come into this one a little bit hot versus the Canucks on Saturday night and get themselves a win. Canuck dance on that one.
There you go.
Night.
There from Rod. All right, guys, with you here on the Tony Morning Show every day, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Make sure you like, subscribe, Set those notifications. Be live with us. You can always watch the replay of our live show over on our YouTube channel. Just hit the live tab. Of course, you're getting Rod's free picks here on our show. But if you're looking for Rod's best bets, his premium plays, visit the site at TonySwitch.com for Rod's best bets and premiums there. All right, Rod, let's close out the NHL here. 8:07 to 10:07. We'll have the Capitals, Predators here. Predators, $1.35, total 6. Islanders and Hockey Club. This one here looks like $1.10 on both sides, total of 6. Rangers and Golden Knights. Boy, how many of the New York fans will be out there in Vegas there. Golden Knights, $1.64, total of 6. Kings at the Flames here at back-to-back for the Kings. The Kings favorite here, $1.18, total 5.5. Had to play some extra hockey last night. Wild and Sharks, the Sharks, Dogs here. Wild, $1.90, total of 6.
Yeah, and we'll look at that Sharks game first. You look at the Minnesota, and the problem is Minnesota's dealing with some injuries. You look at who they're dealing with. They got no Brodin, no Fleury, no Faber, no Spurgeon, no Kaprizov. So it's tough. You're dealing with a bunch of injuries from the Minnesota Wild team. That's why Colorado came in and whooped them up. You look at the Sharks; they are on the second half of a back-to-back. Should be Askarov getting the start for San Jose here in this one. And I don't even care if they're on the second half of a back-to-back. They did lose to Utah 2-1 in that one last night, but Sharks, scrappy bunch. I would take an under in that one. Minnesota just doesn't have the horses to keep up. So low-scoring one there. And I would take a shot with the Sharks on the money line too. Upset the Wild, but take the under as the play in that one. And then the Kings. Hey, tough spot for the Kings going into Calgary. Calgary off of road games at home here. They're rested, ready to go. I think they take advantage and get themselves a win in that one. Calgary at home. Got to go with the Flames in that matchup. And then the other one I'm looking at here, you look at the Islanders. They get to take advantage of Utah on the second half of a back-to-back. They did beat the Sharks, but this is a revenge game for the Islanders. Utah came into their rink and got the win 5-4 in that one earlier this season. So maybe expect another high-scoring one up and over 6, but give me the Islanders and the Romanellis to get the win there in that one. And then the last one I'm looking at, Nashville. Nashville's been Asheville all season long. They've just been dumpster fire. 13-21 on the year. 7 games heading overtime that they've lost. It just hasn't been good. Washington saved their better goalie for this spot right here, where we got Logan Thompson in goal. And when I see Logan Thompson in goal, only one way for me to go there. Give me the Washington Capitals on the money line over Asheville in that one.
Yeah, for Asheville, because they have the best looking hockey rink on TV. It does come across.
They do. They got a nice rink, and they got a nice rink. Great fans. Everything's good there in Nashville. Great atmosphere for playing hockey. But this Washington club, just playing lights out hockey. It's the Ovi show. He's down to what does he need? 23 goals to bust Gretzky's record, and they're back buying into the Ovi show and busted Gretzky's record. It's just a matter of time and when he'll do it now. It's just not a matter of if. It's just a matter of when.
When, no doubt about that. All right, we got you the hockey segments there. Remember, our best bets are over at TonySwitch.com. Check them out there. Now it's time for our Parlay Peripheral segment, where we give out a parlay, or can give out a team player prop, or a game from the future. We'll start this segment off with Chris.
Yeah, I got a couple for you so Rod can catch his breath there. I'm going to take the Chargers with the points. I'm going to take Atlanta, Houston over, and then we're going to go to college basketball. I'm going to take Missouri with the points in that 3-teamer. Then we're going to head over to the NFL, and I'm looking at Lamar Jackson. He's trying to get an MVP here, so take him for anytime touchdown. I think he gets one today. With Zay Flowers being out, I think we're going to look at Rashad Bateman for a touchdown. Excuse me. So take Rashad Bateman for a touchdown. And then in the Chargers game, I'm looking at Ladd McConkey for a anytime touchdown as well.
And there from Chris on over to Rod.
Somebody say the Atlanta game got canceled.
Well, we do have a lot of cancellations, actually. We have confirmation. There's been some snow and ice. Yeah, there's some snow and ice that's been going on. Let's cover the cancellation. Rockets Hawks has been canceled. Also in college hoops, there has been some cancellation. There's been some weather out there. Wofford, Furman, VMI, Chattanooga, Mercer, Western Carolina, Southern Indiana, and Little Rock, Charlotte, and Tulsa have all been canceled. So I'm just thinking there's be some cold weather out in that area. I think it might be some snow and ice, right?
So I've seen somebody with some.
Yeah, that's my area. That's my area. Atlanta's about 2 hours away from me, and we're If we get 2 or 3 inches, nobody knows what to do around here, so they just start canceling the world. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised of all that. But I will say, even when Houston and Atlanta get back, still take the over. So whenever they decide to play, but yeah, they shut the world down around here when a little snowflake hits, and there's no telling how long everything will be canceled around here. So yeah, that's not
See,
surprising.
only 2 inches. See, size does matter. You guys go
Yeah.
crazy over 2 inches. Woo!
Oh, I know. That's the way it is. There's no snowblowers out there, so
Is that what it is?
I've heard the story in
heated
Atlanta too.
driveways? You gotta get
I've
some
heard-
heated driveways in there. You get some heated driveways. The snow hits it, it just melts away, and it's clear, and everybody's looking at you going, "Hey, what's wrong? Why is your driveway like that?" Heated driveway.
There's too many SUVs on the road, Rod.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, there's too many soccer moms driving those SUVs. They don't handle very well in the snow.
For us, it's trucks. You should see the trucks out here. We tons trucks, and then it's the problem is some people just don't know how to drive trucks. It's like, okay, you're in Alberta and everybody got to get a truck, but you got to learn how to drive the truck. It's like it does have an ass tail swing. Like it's like how many times have I seen a truck swipe somebody? It's like, ooh,
Yeah. So,
snow. It's, I love it. It's one of those things. It's fun to drive in, and it's. But then I grew up with it, so it's kind of like one of those things. If you didn't grow up with it, it's really tough. So, all right, we got a troll here. Let's
yeah, troll. Let's put him. Let's get him out of here. We had some trolls coming out here. I guess the trolls are out. All right. So now we get to the parlay with you, Rod.
Somebody always tries. I must be doing something right. Somebody's always trying to troll me lately. It's like,
Yeah.
holy, that's what they do. I have an idea who it is, but somebody might want to get a life. Like, holy, you got nothing better to do than come troll me. Like, wow, that just shows you how much how much you. What did I do that hurt you? Absolutely nothing. Let's get some more winners. Speaking of winners, let's get right little parlay. We're going to go with college hoops. We're going to take Butler on the money line. We're going to take Queens on the money line, and take UCF on the money line. I think they come into Arizona and really put the clamps down, and they get heavy on the threes and beat them outright in Arizona. I think UCF on the money line. Little 3-teamer. And then I like Pittsburgh. Nothing like Fryermuth touchdown and hearing the crowd and the Pittsburgh fans go, moo! So give me Fryermuth to get a touchdown in that game there tonight.
All right. I'll give you my parlay here. I like the Ravens here to cover. I'll also take UMass plus the 12 points. And also looking at Richmond plus the points there tonight with your 3-team parlay. All right, we got you through that parlay segment. Let's see what the cappers have for sale over at Tony's Picks. Heading into a big week of action, guys. Lots going on here. NFL as well as NBA and NHL up there. College hoops has been strong. Let's see what Rod's again putting up some great numbers up there for 2025. I had a great 2024 at Tony's Picks. Now 2025 has been on fire. What do you got for sale, Rod, over at Tony's Picks?
And for me over Tony's Picks, I've got my college basketball slam dunk Saturday. You get 5 plays in college basketball. I absolutely love. Or you got my NFL wild card Saturday, which gives you 3 plays, 2 sides, and a total in those matchups in the wild card action. I also got my NHL sniper play of the day. We crushed it with the Red Wings on the puck line yesterday. So I love that plus money play today. Definitely scoop that up. Better yet, though, is grab that 3-day pass. You'll get today's action. You'll get Sunday's action. You'll get Monday's action. I'll throw that extra day in there because I always get those plays in there early for you. That's the way to go here is long term. That way, if I see something late in one of these college basketball action, we know we got 130 card slate. Minus the cancellations, we've seen a few. I'm sure we'll probably see a few more. But so we're still capping those games as the day goes on. You don't want to miss out on those any late Steam action. You'll get those emailed to you when you're on them long term here at Tony's Picks. So hit the link in the description. Head on over to Tony'sPicks.com. When you get there, check out that 2-for-1 capper for an optional. Can't go wrong with that. Have 2 cappers putting money in your pockets and use Tony T at checkout. Save 15%. Let's have a big day together.
Big day with Rod over at Tony'sPicks.com. Get on board with the Rod. Let's see what Chris has for sale over at Tony's Picks. Chris has been on a tear here. Top of leaderboards here for 2025 over at Tony's Picks. What do you got for sale, Chris?
I've got a 3-pack today. That seems to be working out for me pretty well as I head into college basketball here. But I've got a play in the NFL playoffs today, a NBA best bet of the day play, and then a college basketball best bet of the day play. Wrapped them up all in a 3-pack for you there, and I'll continue to have those as we progress into this. I may stick with a 3-pack, but there just wasn't really a lot of games on the NBA card that I was super happy with today. But yeah, 3-pack out there. Use that promo code TonyT, save you 15%. Pair me up with one of these other guys in here. we're all doing great right now. Ron Hahn, Rod, everybody's on the leaderboard right now. So yeah, put two people putting money in your pockets would be fantastic, especially with all these guys that cover a lot more college basketball than I do. But yeah, a lot of stuff coming up. Hop on something long term, get you that late steam. I do see some numbers changing right now in the NBA, so we're going to be looking at that. But yeah, just hop on something long term with me. Let me help you make some money.
That's right, guys. Got to work with Chris over at Tony'sPicks.com. Link in the description. Promo code TonyT at checkout will save you that 15% off. So go ahead and get signed up with Chris over at Tony'sPicks.com. All right. I've got for you a best bet on the board from NFL. Having a great year in NFL as well as college football. Also got a 3-pack from College Hoops up there. So get on board with me over at Tony'sPicks.com. And remember, guys, that all long-term subscribers take advantage of our late steam feature. All our member plays are in by 11 a.m. Eastern time, but our cappers continue to handicap throughout the betting cycle because you purchase a long-term subscription from one of us. We will get those late steam plays to you, and we can put plays in our system between 10 minutes and 2 hours before game time. They are tracked as late steam, so those plays are emailed directly to your inbox using the email that you use when you sign up for our service. We don't see this feature on any of these sites, guys. This is the only website that has late steam and getting those late plays to you. No longer can you have cappers say, well, I had this game, but I couldn't get it to my customers because I played it late. We don't do that here. We get the plays to you on the late steams right to your inbox there when you purchase a long-term subscription. So it could be as low as a 3-day pass all the way to a year pass, late steam included. Of course, when you purchase our premium plays, there will be no negative puck lines, no negative return on run lines when baseball starts. Our biggest favorite we allow here in our service is minus 139. They're premium plays. That's why premium plays. They're not going to be these big, heavy favorites. I don't understand how these sites do that. But anyway, we don't do that here. We get a premium play. We give you the good stuff here at Tony's Picks. All right. We also run with you live here on the Tony's Morning Show, live here at 9:30 a.m. Eastern time every day. You can always check out the archive if you missed the show in our live tab. And if you need help with those late games, just forward to the late games. You'll be able to check it out there. Of course, we also have an on-demand content as well. We go a little deeper with the games with our on-demand content. I have content up there every day. I know, Rod, what do you got over on the Tony's YouTube channel on demand? And your plans?
Yeah, all demand. If I didn't cover a hockey game, hey, I got you covered on all those hockey games going forward. So definitely go check those out. And we'll have you covered on that the final national championship game going forward. Probably the next few days or so, you'll watch for that video to pop out, and definitely be on the lookout for some college basketball coming very shortly.
Very good. All right, Chris, what do you got over on the 26 Morning Show and your plans for the rest of the week?
Today I've got 2 videos in the NBA, kind of going over some things. I would have had a college basketball one for that Alabama Texas A&M, but I couldn't get it to. It was something on my end. I couldn't get it to load, so I will be doing more college basketball for the SEC. You guys know I'm going to be covering that, and then just more NBA coverage for the YouTube channel as we go. If I see. Different. I will only put out free picks on really games that I want to suggest. So yeah, you guys got 2 today on that, and like I said, college basketball for the future. And to reply to Blake M in the comments, yes, there's no bread and milk in the shelves in the South here. Everybody went crazy. So yeah, just confirm that.
Confirmed there from Blake, both for Tennessee there, Blake and Chris. All right, we got you through here. The 26 Morning Show back again tomorrow, 9:30 a.m. Eastern. We'll have some NFL for you, as well as NBA and college hoops as well on the card, NHL. So make sure you guys like, subscribe, set notifications, be live with us. All right, if that's going to do it for the show. Before we go, anybody have anything in closing before we go?
Make it
a
a
good day.
guys.
And if you're in the affected snow areas, then be safe, because sometimes driving in that snow is a little bit slick and scary for some people, especially when you got no snow tires. I couldn't even imagine. This is like driving around on bald tires. It's definitely not fun. Especially if you're not used to it. But don't steal all the bread. Come on now.
Yes.
Just think that somebody else needs some more bread too. So it's just share. Hoarding the bread and hoarding milk. Yay.
Hey, in Tennessee, they hoard the bread. Out here, they hoard the toilet paper. I don't know. That's just the way it rolls. That'll do it here for the 26 Morning Show. Yeah, that's what they do in California. They hoard the toilet paper. Out in Tennessee, they hoard the bread. That's, I guess, every
they hoard the bread.
So I guess that's. Well, I don't know. I don't know if there's a joke somewhere in there.
The two kind of go hand in hand, though, don't they? The two kind of go hand in hand at some point.
I guess so. But there's a joke in there, but it's too early in the morning to figure one out. All right, that's good. Do it here for the 26 Morning Show. Back again tomorrow. Well, wait, goodbye, guys. You guys making a winning day. We're back tomorrow here on the 26 Morning Show.